private island.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It's the one only real right, aka chosen, not taken. Choose your life. Don't just take what it gives you. And if you could do me one huge favor, you know I'm going to ask for it. Like, comment, subscribe, click that bell so you can get notified every single time I'm dropping gems, dropping news, so the channel can always be on your mind. But I got a hot topic today. And my topic today is something that's been all over the universe within the last couple of years, but I'm going to get a chance to speak on it today. It's about changing for someone. And my main objective is to tell you, never change for anyone. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because why would you change for someone when you're focused on knowing who you are? But you know what, though? I'm not going to be the one to tell you. I'm going to let you watch this quick clip so you can really see why you should not change for anyone, especially when you're on your journey. Check this clip out.
If you meet somebody, a guy or a gal, that you are interested in, and they tell you that you are too much for them, they are right. Do not dim your light for somebody else's convenience.
See, that's a tough one right there. See, I want you to see what's going on here. Pay attention to what people say to you. If you don't pay attention to what people say to you, you will not really and truly understand where you stand with somebody. Let me say it again. Pay attention to what people say to you, because if you don't, you'll never really and truly understand where you stand with someone. You know, I see men and women that are having all these different stories about how they've changed for people and it did not work out in their favor. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. Let's talk about something that most people really are confused about when they talk about the nice guy. See, we live in a time to where being the nice guy is quote unquote looked down upon. But the reality of it is that being a nice guy is not the problem. That's not the problem, being a nice guy, because everybody should be nice. That should just be in you. But the reality of it is that just because you're nice, that does not mean you can't be a man. See, that's what we get to misconstrued at. Well, we mess up and we think that we have to be nice all the time, and that takes away from us being a man. Be masculine, be who you gonna be. But that does not mean you don't have to be nice. Just because you're rude does not make you a man. And just because you're nice, that does not mean that it doesn't make you a man. Let me say it again. Just because you're rude, that does not mean that makes you a man. And just because you're nice, that doesn't mean that you're not a man. That just means that you got respect. That means you have an understanding of who you are.
A woman isn't unattracted to a guy because he's nice. She's unattracted to the guy because he lacks other qualities which a woman not only is attracted to, but needs in order to feel good in a relationship. We could call these traits masculine traits. And the men within society who are traditionally labeled as nice guys, or worse, who identify with being a nice guy, genuinely tend to lack these traits.
Jordan Peterson has a great quote that says that you should be a monster and then learn how to control it. That's the identity of a man, because you have to become a monster to take on this world. But you come home and relieve that off of your shoulders by having a beautiful feminine woman, having kids that bring out the soft side of you. The world does not have to see that side of you. The world could just see the man's man. You could be the monster. You could be the creature that seems like you're so determined and so robotic. But when you come home, you're a father, you're a lover. You feel what I'm saying? Your intimate side comes out. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. You have so many women that have kind of quote unquote polluted the thought process of being nice, but like I say, I always got video proof.
I've heard females say that they stopped talking to a guy because he was too nice.
What does that mean?
I was like, where he at? I just want somebody to treat me nice. All these niggas out here treating me like
how do you lose out for being too nice?
He just was too nice. She was like, he always was waiting on her hand and feet. Everything she asked for, everything she said was yes. Like, he was a pushover. I feel that though. Like, I feel
so
that.
A guy can lose out for being a pushover.
Yeah.
So
now, as you can see, she's basically letting you know that she's heard from her friends that, you know what, that they just left nice guys to some nice guys. Let me tell you something. As a nice guy, you shouldn't even date these type of women. Any woman that tells you that you're too nice, she doesn't like you. I'm telling you that she does not like you. The reason why I'm telling you that is because women that like you do not try to change you. Because it's funny to me. It makes no sense for somebody. I just want you to put this in perspective. Think about how deranged you have to be to genuinely want somebody to mistreat you. I want you to get that into your head. Why would you want to date somebody that wants you to mistreat them, that wants you to cuss them out, that wants you to mistreat them, wants you to be demeaning to them? Explain this to me. So is you as a nice person, you as a nice guy, why would you even continue to pursue that? That does not make any sense. You crazy and they crazy too. Yes, I said it. You crazy and they crazy too. Because why would you take it upon yourself to sit there and chase somebody that's clearly running from you? Never change for anyone, because if you have gotten on your journey of self-healing, working on yourself, and realize that you just a nice guy, you don't want to fight, you don't want to be tough. If that's just who you are, go get you somebody that accepts you for that. Do not go out here and go out and searching for a woman that say she want her a thug, she want her a gangster, she want somebody that's standing on what they say. Hey, that's not your role, homie. Be truthful to yourself. See, the biggest thing about not changing for someone, you have to stay true to yourself. And see, when you're true to yourself, it prevents you from doing foolish things like going out and chasing a woman that does not want your type of person that you are. That's foolish. Why would I go, now if I'm a nice guy, why would I go chase a woman that clearly tells me what type of man she wants and I don't fit the description? Vice versa with women. Baby, if you a good woman and you just a good girl, don't try to compete with the ratchet. Don't try to compete with the exotic dancer. Don't try to compete. Go get who fits you. And I promise you, that's the only way you're really going to be happy. Because when you sitting there being delusional, thinking that you could change somebody, and you just because you're changing for them, that don't mean they're going to change for you. That's why I tell you, go where the pieces fit. See, when you put a puzzle together, you got to put the pieces together that fit. And if you don't put the piece in there right, you're going to bend it up. It's going to be crooked. And if you force it in there, they're going to be able to tell that that piece is out of place. And a lot of times, if you look back over the relationships that you've been in, you can tell that a lot of your pieces are out of place. Yeah. The reason why I'm telling you this is because why would you change? Why would you change for someone else? Be who you going to be, so therefore you can be with who you need to be with. But you only can achieve this and obtain this when you have a real conversation with yourself. Know yourself. William Shakespeare said it best, to thy own self be true. And I pray that you be truthful to yourself and do not try to change for anybody. Change for God. But he automatically going to do that once you find your purpose. So look here. That's today's video. I pray that it touched somebody. I hope you continuously like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your family and them to follow the channel. You know what it is and what it ain't. But guess what, though? I got 3 things before I go. God loves you. I love you. And if we keep loving each other, the world's going to be a better place. One love.
Take a load off on my private island.